Today's going to make or break a lot of teams.
It's the last stop on the way to the championship. And because of Mother Nature, the hopes and dreams of an entire fishing season may all be played out in a single day. Catch your 2 fish, see who makes the cut, and who doesn't.
He's perfect. You got that?
It's all decided here at Clearwater.
Fish on! Hurry up! We got another truck!
Don't you love this game?
Wait! Yes, baby, yes! They're showing up!
There's one.
Oh my God!
Ah, we got it! Welcome to Clearwater, Florida, on the Gulf Coast, the western part of the state, the 4th stop of the year for the 2006 Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup. As always, we have just under 100 boats, 2-man teams, each of them trying to catch 2 fish on this very, very important day. We'll locate it for you there. There's Clearwater, just above Tampa, St. Pete area. Great area for inshore fishing, and we've got some superb competition, very important competition, coming your way today. Welcome to the show. I'm Tommy Sanders. Want to welcome our special analyst today, Scott Guthrie. His partner, Rick Murphy. These two finished first at our last event in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Congratulations on that. This man has the credibility to do the job today. But, Scott, I want to start by saying that these guys, all these anglers we're going to be watching today, could be a little bit shell-shocked. It has been a season as far as hurricanes like no one can remember before. They've had 6-event season scheduled. Now they're down to 5 events. All these events have been, have felt some sort of the effects of the hurricanes. Are these guys just a little bit off their feed right now?
Probably so. But I think guys are settling in now. They're here in Clearwater. They know this is going to be a tough tournament. It's going to be spooky fish, Clearwater. Need 2 fish tomorrow. 2
fish. So you're saying making that championship, catching 2 fish on the first day is the most important thing in their minds?
Absolutely. I mean, guys been working for the Cup all year long, and here we are. If the guys are on the bubble, if you're in the top 40 right now, you need 2 fish to stay there.
All right. We also got a big tournament, $40,000 to the winner as well. They're working for that as well during the course of the first day of fishing, right?
Absolutely. Big check.
All right. Let's talk about this season. We started out in Mobile Bay, Alabama, where a lot of people didn't catch any redfish. They made a long run somewhere else.
They really did. I mean, that was a crazy run, 147 miles each way. Anthony Randazzo and them made it. They caught the fish. Good job.
All right. Anthony Randazzo, Billy Walbaum did the job there. The second team as well made the long run, so that was the ploy to make. We went down to Chalmette, Louisiana for some Louisiana-based fishing. The second go-around, but fish care became the issue then, right?
It really did. We lost 3 fish in that tournament. First it happened to us. But we learned a big lesson in that tournament. Take care of your fish in the summer.
G.T. Cantrell and Randy Vanek, what did they do to separate themselves from the field?
What they did is they put themselves around the right fish. They had big, huge stud monster fish in the hydrilla. They were great anglers. We saw that.
All right. You and your partner won Lake Charles. You can tell us what the secret to that win was.
We were on the right fish again, but perfect situation for Rick and I. Crystal clear water. Rick pulled me in there, made my job easy.
All right, so is that much different from this Florida fishing that we're about to see today? Something tells me this Florida fishing is going to be a lot tougher than any place we've been so far this year.
It's a lot different than that. The fish in Louisiana, you see a fish, he eats it. In Florida, the fish are extremely spooky. You got to stay back, do the Jeffrey Page shuffle, stay back real far, make long casts in there with a light jig head.
That's what you call the Jeffrey Page shuffle?
Absolutely.
All right, so you're not looking at these fish. You don't want to get within 100 yards of them if you can help it, right?
You really don't want to push them too hard and get in where you can sight fish them like in Louisiana. These fish are real spooky.
All those things to consider, plus the most important day of the year. We got some tension on the way this first day, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Those Team of the Year points after 3 events. Take a look at the list right there. The Hartzell brothers from Texas are on top. This is a reflection of your consistency throughout the year, how well you performed over the course of tournaments. Our season has already been shortened. You've already lost 25% of your ability to collect Team of the Year points, and now we come down to Florida. Tougher conditions, a lot of pressure, everything on the line, including a trip to the championship. And guys like, well, C.A. Richardson know that this is going to be tough.
Here at home, as we live here, it's like the backside of that moon. That 3 days can be really, really tough here when you got crystal clear water like we have here. And if you look up above us, there's not one cloud in the sky. It can make it really hard.
It's going to be a hard time for local C.A. Richardson, a hard time for anyone who misjudges the elements. Mother Nature has played havoc with this season. She shows no signs of stopping for this fourth event on the way to the championship. Who can handle the tides? The approaching Hurricane Wilma. How will that affect everything that's going on around this tournament? It plays in a lot of people's minds. The pressure is ratcheted up. We have got some incredible fishing on the way this first day of competition in Clearwater, the 2006 Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup.
The Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup is presented by Frog Togs, keeping the world cool and dry since 1996. And brought to you by Mercury Marine, #1 on the water. And powered by Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky. Taste what's real, it better be Oberto.
Clearwater, Florida, the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup event. This is the fourth event, the final event on the way to the championship. 102-man teams getting ready to head out and do some fishing on the first day of this tournament. Two big tasks ahead of them. Win this tournament, win the $40,000, and perhaps more important, be among the top 40 who qualify on total Team of the Year points over the course of the season and make it to the championship coming up in South Padre Island, Texas. The big deal, not catching a 2 redfish limit. That could cost a team their position in overall points.
Today's going to make or break a lot of teams.
All about
Two
the
fish
championship.
we're in, I believe. Doesn't matter what size.
Right now we're in 5th place, but it's a close race. Not many points separating 1st from 5th, or 1st from 10th, actually.
We're going to step up or we're going to fall. One or the other.
Said we were on the bubble. I just hope it doesn't pop.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tough. You know,
This is not our stronghold.
this is not. Yeah, this is not our.
Florida's tough for us.
We've yet to call in a Florida tournament.
Florida is not my friend.
Here at home, as we live here, it's like the backside of that moon, that 3 days, can be really, really tough here when you got crystal clear water like we have here. And if you look up above us, there's not one cloud in the sky. It can make it really hard.
And we're looking for points to keep us up close to the, close to the top. We want to win Team of the Year. That's important to us. And the way everything's changed with the storms this year, the championship's going to be in South Padre Island, Texas. And we both fished those waters quite a bit over the years, and we think if we can make the championship and be up close to the top, we have a chance to take that Team of the Year title.
Woo! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Woo! Got it down! Come on, let's go get him.
Well, this is the time they've been waiting for. This is the start of day one of fishing. Scott Guthrie, a lot of adrenaline at this point. Is the adrenaline so much that it keeps your mind off the problem solving you're going to have to do during this day? Or what kind of problems are these guys looking at?
Oh, no, you're focused. I mean, you know we're dealing with shallow water. They've got an eye on the water level as they're going out, so they're going to be prepared for these shallow sandbars.
What else are they going to be looking to avoid? What are the big mistakes you can make on such an important day like today?
Well, I think that today is tide-driven. Everything's about the tide this morning. We got extremely low tide because of the storm coming in, pulling the water out. Guys are going to have to be cognizant of all the sandbars that are out there.
Because of this tide situation, that's not necessarily something they were able to prepare for or necessarily practice for. Are some guys going to be better at thinking on their feet in situations like this than others?
Absolutely, and it's going to be the locals. No doubt about it. They've seen this 100 times before in situations like this, weather-driven.
All right, the locals, you say, have a leg up. We've got teams from Texas in here. Texas teams have done well in Florida in years past. How do you expect the Texans to do down here this time around?
Well, I didn't expect them to do very well this time, but they do throw gold spoons and throw them a mile with those big bait casters, and they could catch them.
We looked at a team right there, the Watts brothers from here in Florida, but they are casting their fortunes with a team from Texas, Friarmood and Franklin. Both these teams sort of buddying up and heading to a place called Miguel Bay. What can you tell us about this spot?
Miguel Bay, just be careful. The sandbar's got a lot of tributaries in and out, a lot of islands.
Well, we know how you Texans exaggerate. All of you TV viewers, Jim Franklin blamed Friarmood. I don't know what you believe. No, they're good guys. You know, I went out there hunting last year with Jim. He kept talking about the huge big bucks. So my son and I went out there and really experienced a great time out there on the ranch. And we've become good friends. If they're over here, we spend a lot of time together, do a lot of pre-fishing together. And we're over there, we do the same with those guys. It really helps to be able to have somebody of local knowledge to go in, not necessarily showing you spots, but showing you techniques and patterns. So, you know, for the last 4 or 5 days, Greg and I and Blaine and Jim, we've pre-fished together. Found some of these fish in this bay, and you know, before this hurricane, there's a lot of things changes, the weather patterns changes. Probably drove those fish in, so you know, it's a good thing we decided to come on in here this morning.
But you know, they're the smart ones and we're not so smart because they're 2 points ahead in the Team of the Year race than we are, and we took them with us today.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Watts brothers' assessment there? With the hurricanes, all the other elements, are they making the right choices right here?
Yeah, they are, because they're power pulled down. They're making long casts into potholes and depressions, letting the tide come in, making long casts. Don't chase the fish down on the flat.
What are they throwing at these fish right now?
They're throwing small jig heads with plastics, paddle tails, RT slugs, or gold spoons.
Oh, he's a good one, Blaine. Hot dog, he's beautiful, man.
Perfect.
Oh, he's too big.
Too big.
I don't know, buddy.
Yeah, he's too big.
Nope, I think he's just right.
Hang on. He's perfect. He's perfect. You got that? Perfect.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Woo! We finally caught one in Florida. Thank you. Woo!
Briarmood and Franklin could have hardly hoped for a better start to this very important day. Let's go over to another team right now. Eric Taylor, Captain Charlie Thomason. This team has been doing well this year, but like so many of these folks, they need 2 fish to qualify for the championship. They've got to get things started.
Are we not getting in there? Oh, we'll get in there. Lift up and go. Damn, bro. I mean, go. I got it all the way. It looks shallow. Yeah. Hold on, bro. Seriously. I haven't seen any fish push. All right, I got land straight ahead all over. Huh? I got land straight ahead all over. Yeah. What do you want to do? Gotta make a decision, bro. Shut down, bro. You're gonna have to. Uh-oh. Very shallow. Tide fell way out on us. Ah, jeez. All right, well.
You need 2 fish, but you can only sit and wait. That's where the stress comes from. Stress that is shared by this local team, C.A. Richardson and Ray Van Horn, another team also on the bubble.
I think we should go in self-preservation mode here versus fishing mode.
Push me to this grass up here, see, and I think we can get out of here.
Rules in the Oberto Redfish Cup state you can only get out of the boat to push out of fishing area, not to push into one.
We might be sitting here a while.
Mother Nature, with her tides, has seized the storyline, controls the fortunes of Taylor and Thomason, also Richardson and Van Horn, and this team as well, Eric Rue and Andy Minchowski.
We're getting ready to do a little Venice grinding. We're gonna try and get off this mud flat right now using the motor. That's the only option right now.
Well, fishing is a man versus nature proposition, but when you get stuck, then it starts to get personal. What will these teams go to? What measures will they take to get themselves out of the mud?
We're high and dry.
We're here in Clearwater, Florida. The 2006 season for the Oberto Redfish Cup is coming down to it. This is the first day of fishing and the final stop, your final chance to qualify for the season-ending championship. There are a lot of other elements at play. A hurricane is approaching, which may wash out 1, maybe 2 of the other 2 days of this tournament. We've got 102-man teams trying to make the cut to 40 who will go on and fish the championship. To do that, well, you've got to catch 2 redfish on this first day of fishing. A lot of teams have already run afoul of trouble. Trouble in the form of shallow water, that hurricane. Mother Nature has sucked the tides out. People are dealing with physical problems before they can even think about catching fish.
Oh. Got some good potholes in front of us. They do. Oh, it's a fish right there. Yeah. Oh, we're blind cast their butts off right now. Till it comes up, hopefully. Probably today's the day it switched. And the tide's not going to come up to 3 feet like it's been doing.
Taylor and Thomason to another team we're following today. Andy Minchowski, Eric Rue, they were going good when things started this morning, but it didn't take too long to run shallow.
Guess what? Stuck.
One team after another high and dry. Scott Guthrie, why weren't these guys prepared for this tide?
I'll tell you why. 3 reasons. Full moon, storm bearing down on us, and we had a wind switch last night. Blew all the water out.
What does the storm have to do with the tide?
Well, the storm had a big suction effect on the water, as well as the wind blowing behind it, pushed it right out.
We didn't calculate for the cameraman. Oh, this is nice.
We got a better chance of forcing it forward.
Yeah, but it's this deep. Walk up there, you get skinnier.
I know.
If you're stuck in this much, you can't go anywhere in this much.
It just depends on what rock you're standing on. That's what it comes down to.
Remember, you can legally push yourself out, just not push yourself in. They'll try that. Let's check in now with Greg and Keith Hartzell from Texas, also waiting on some tide.
As the tide comes in, this place will get a little bit better. It'll go from like very, very few fish to a few fish maybe. Go from very, very few fish to a few fish. We're just wanting to stay in the hunt till we can get back to Texas. We're fishing for points today.
Again, remember, at this point in our coverage, Hurricane Wilma has just turned the corner down at the Yucatan, bearing down on western Florida, Gulf Coast Florida. These guys don't know how many days of fishing they've got in this tournament. They've got 2 goals in mind: win this tournament and also catch some fish on this very important day, because they know they'll be fishing today. Catch some fish, get a chance to make it to the championship.
Whew, officially on the board. Okay, that takes a little bit of the edge off. Oh yeah. He's a pig. That's a pig. Oh, he's just smoking 3 1/4. 3 3/4. Watch out.
Watch out.
Takes skill, determination. Just landing that big of a fish is tough. That was a freaking hog, too. Can't believe you got him in that quick. That was a big fish.
Is it shallower right there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm hitting bottom.
Charlie Thomason, Eric Taylor, trying to get something going under difficult circumstances.
No, I'm saying I don't know if we're going to be able to get up or not.
Surely try.
Oh, yeah. I can't get the motor down, that's my problem.
Another team we are watching today, a team that is certainly on the bubble. Coming in 46th place in Team of the Year points, Robert Boudreau, Robert Moore, 2 guides from Punta Gorda, Florida, 2 guys who have had success on the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup Tour. They won the Punta Gorda event last year. Today, they make a bold move, Scott Guthrie.
They really did, and I can guarantee you Robert Moore's glad we have this tournament. Did not get canceled because of the hurricane. I picked him to win this tournament. He won it last year, like you said. He ran all the way home to Charlotte Harbor. He knows this area as well as anybody.
Something to be said for home cooking. The tactic works for these 2. They wind up in 26th place, and they are going to the season-ending championship in South Padre Island. From Boudreau and Moore, back over now to the travails of Minchowski and Rue.
Break the suction first. Just trust me. This sucks. There's a lot of suction going on. We're gonna do it for net. A full for net.
We're getting ready to do a little Venice grinding. We're gonna try and get up this mud flat right now using the motor. That's the only option right now.
This is a patented move by one of Venice's finest.
Still going out, too.
Getting a lesson in what falling tide can mean to a fishing plan for a competitive fishing team. Add to this, Hurricane Wilma approaches. Low pressure sucking more water away from the shoreline, and now the first bands, counterclockwise bands of Wilma, appear over the horizon.
That there was almost catastrophic.
Oh, shit.
I'll have a bottle of water and 1 nitroglycerin, please.
Let me tell you what, if you're a heart patient, this is not a good sport to be in.
For some teams, one of those difficult days. Some teams still waiting to start their fishing, but meanwhile, other teams are already scoring. Take a look at the Watts brothers, fishing within sight of Friarmood and Franklin. These two teams have got it going on. Have they made the decision that's going to win them the tournament? We'll see them continue to score with Redfish when we come back. Don't go away. The Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup Clearwater, Florida event originally scheduled for 3 days, but Mother Nature has changed that. Frog Talk weather report, 100% chance of 150-mile-an-hour winds coming this way due to Hurricane Wilma. Day 3 of this tournament has been washed out. It's now a 2-day tournament. We'll cut to 5 after today.
That's the edge of the hurricane right there. I mean, that's the first bands that are reaching us. That outer layer of clouds, it's 600 miles from the center.
I tell you, it's hard to believe the weather's this pretty before a hurricane.
Yep.
But I guess it always is.
All day we've seen teams dealing with tide, up high and dry, unable to fish, but this team right here, in fact 2 teams, Watts and Franklin Friarmood, are going to a place where they're using the tide to their advantage. Scott Guthrie, explain what they're doing.
Well, what they're doing is they're sitting down, power pole down, anchored up off the flat, letting the tide come in behind them. The fish are pushing up out of the troughs, out of the holes, out of the sand holes. They're coming up onto the flat. They're making these long casts, catching the spooky fish with a long cast.
What are their prospects for the rest of the day? What's going to happen with this tide?
Well, the tide's going to continue to move in. It's going to get better and better. The tide's going to heat the flat up. The fish are going to get active.
26 1/4. Whoa! Yeah! We'll take it. Kind of feel him around and get him started. Yeah, let me call this little one out. That's been the ticket. I'll tell you what, brother. You don't think we believe in the gut? Hey. I'm glad to have him, man. Florida's a hard venue. We live here, and Florida's a hard venue, so anytime we can come out here and get 2 redfish on tournament day, that's fluff, bro. Feeling good now.
Watts brothers, Franklin and Friarmood, both having good days so far. Not the story for everyone, including these guys. Andy Minchowski, Eric Rue. They came in 36th place in team points. The best they've done this year, a 20th place last time at Lake Charles. So they've got to get the job done today. This may be the only day they have to fish. They've got to make it into the top 40. That means catching fish. And Scott Guthrie, you can't catch fish when you're doing that.
No, you can't, but it's early still. First thing that comes to my mind, though, is then you get a tan on those feet.
That's the farmer tan. That's why fishermen fish barefooted a lot. We see the evidence of it right there.
That's right.
Yeah. So they dig, they work, but they're working to get those Team of the Year points. Why are those Team of the Year points, those consistency points through the season, more important than any single event?
Well, I don't know. It depends on your deal. If you have a tournament you're going to be super strong in, maybe that one event's your deal. Maybe it's not the Team of the Year points, but for most of us, it's getting to the cup.
These guys want to make it to South Padre Island. They're going to do everything within their power, but right now things are pretty much at a standstill for Minchowski and Rue.
It's not a good sign when you have mud under the pole platform.
These anglers are not big ones for stopping, taking lunch on a tournament day, but sometimes when you're stuck, hey, that's all you can do.
I'll have mine with mustard, mayo, tomato, salt and pepper.
You got everything but the tomato.
Oh, you pre-made them? Man, you are getting even more efficient in your old age.
It's what happens when you get up at 4:30 in the morning. And Girls Gone Wild channels are on.
I go to bed at 4:30 in the morning.
As soon as the tide starts to come in, things will change. Just can't be in a rush.
Already, Scott Guthrie, tide is our big story today. Physically, because boats aren't moving right now. These guys are high and dry. They're stuck. But talk about the fishing element of the tide. We've got a low tide here. What are these fish doing? How are these guys going to deal with it in order to make themselves some success today?
Well, I think right now the tide's super low in the morning, so the fish have pulled off the flat. They're sitting on edges. As the tide comes in, pushes in, that water's going to come over the flat. Fish are going to move up on the flat and feed. That's when they're going to be able to be caught. All
right, what are these guys going to have to do to follow those fish? Do they have to watch the tide? Are they going to have to watch what's happening to their lures when they cast them in these places? What do they need to pay attention to?
Well, depending on what boat they ran. If they made long runs, they might be in a bigger boat than they really want to be in. So they're going to have to sit off on the edge, let the tide come in and move on slowly with it, do the Jeffrey Page shuffle.
How tough is it to have patience under conditions like this?
You have to. If you're in a boat, you're making a long run, you're sitting there waiting, you got to wait till there's enough water in there. You go in there too early, you're going to disturb the flat, pull mud off the bottom, it's going to run across the flat and ruin the sight fishing.
All right. It's starting to get down to about 2:15. We've got till 5:40. It takes an hour to run back. So we don't have a whole lot of time. We're going to go try a spot that I haven't fished. I haven't fished in a few days. But when I did fish there last, it's a little creek. When the water pours in, there's a right and left fork, and they're sitting on that point. We're just going to go try it. It's a safety spot. Ray, from these two little nipples that come out off this bank.
Wait a sec. Nipples?
It's my vernacular. Then down around this point to that thin point, that whole turn, that's where they are.
There he is, dog. Power pull down.
There he is right here. They went out, got themselves stuck good and early. C.J. Richardson, Ray Van Horn from St. Petersburg. The locals in this tournament had a slow start today, but they're pushing out. They're waiting for the tide to change, and their patience is starting to pay off.
Head up. Bingo!
We just needed to fish the water I fished.
That's okay. Pluck him out of there and throw him in the tub. Spin out of the net.
That might be our ticket to South Padre Island right there.
That one might not be, but his
will happen soon.
One just like it will be.
We'll be in good shape.
Back over to Jim Franklin, Blaine Fryermuth. These guys are in a good spot. They came in a good position as far as Team of the Year points go. They know how important it is to catch fish today, and they're getting the job done.
The way this point system works, you don't catch a fish, you get 0 points. And 0 points could be devastating to us. The way it works in Florida, you have 1 fish per person per day. If I hook another fish, I'm allowed to hand my rod to Blaine.
There he is.
Red?
Yep. Got him. Got him, baby.
Uh-oh. Too big? Yeah. No, he's not either. Oh, he's perfect.
I don't know.
Oh, man, he's beautiful. He's beautiful, dude. This is going to be so good. I can't believe how good this is going to be. Hey, bring him over here.
I think he's too big.
That's perfect. We are living right, baby! Living right!
Oh, I don't believe that. I just
Thank you, Lord!
I don't believe it.
Thank you, Lord!
610. See, what you did, you're talking about catching my fish, and that's what got me going.
Got you going?
I didn't like that.
You didn't like me handing the rod to you?
You weren't going to hand no rod to me.
Jim Franklin, Blaine Fryermuth improving their position seemingly with every hour. They're looking looking good. They look like a team who will survive. But which teams are the sharks circling at this point?
Captain Extraction.
By the skin of our chinny chin chin right there.
Don't try this at home.
And the Watts brothers. Will they get the perfect fish on? Or will something go terribly, terribly wrong? You don't want to miss this one. We'll be right back.
You make it.
Oh! Man, that's not funny, dude. Man, hey, it ain't funny.
Oh, God.
The Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup is brought to you by Motor Guide. Never stop. Lowrance. We lead, we find, you win. And Berkeley. The edge you need for fishing in the zone.
Clearwater, Florida, with Hurricane Wilma pointed in our direction. Fourth stop on the way to the championship for the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup. 100 teams fishing in day one of this competition. They don't know it now, but that system of weather right there has just canceled day 2 of their tournament. It's going to wash out after this day, so today's work is the only work that most of them, all but 5 of them, will be able to get done.
Well, as it stands right now, it is a one-day tournament until they tell us otherwise. But we figured that we'd get 9-10 pounds. We'd be able to go to South Padre for the championship. We figured that's about what it's going to take to get in the top 30.
We just wait. If we can get one more just like that one,
We'll be all right.
feeling pretty good about ourselves. After pushing the boat around.
Hey, 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 break my rod. Think about what you're doing. There he is, dog.
Get my line over the top.
That's a good one right there. Troll the motor off, troll the motor off.
Motor's off.
Captain Extraction.
C.A. Richardson, Ray Van Horn, they already had one in the boat, Scott Guthrie. Now they seem to have another one on. What are they doing right all of a sudden?
Well, what they're doing right is they're casting spoons. They're just slowing down. They're slowing way down, letting the fishery come to them. Can't stalk the fish down. They're too spooky. They're sitting still, making long casts.
All these pressure points playing on these anglers, all these incentives to speed up, to try to make something happen. It's hard to resist all that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you just got to be patient, stay with your game plan.
That was a good one there.
This is a good one right here, right now.
They're all good, aren't they?
Yeah, one just left was a pound bigger now.
Hold that, Ray. He's not real big, but
He's one. We'll call him out.
now we get to use an X-Tools gripping way on the next one.
Good spot.
They've got something going, a team that still can't get it going, Taylor and Thomason.
We are number 3 in the Team of the Year standings right now. As I said before, it doesn't look too good being high and dry on the sandbar, but just wait till when the water comes up. Do you want to try it or not?
With the big motor? I can try. I mean, I'll try.
Scott, you know these guys well, Thomason and Taylor. Judging from their actions now, what kind of state of mind are they in?
Well, these guys are pros. They're being calm. They're waiting. They're going to wait for the tide to come in, come up there and catch the fish. Taylor on the back, a.k.a. the Titusville Cowboy. He's got to lasso his way out of this one.
Well, the Cowboy is off his horse right now, and they are making the trudge. We will check back with them a little bit later. Meanwhile, back over to the Watts brothers. Remember, fishing across the hole from Friarmood and Franklin. Both these teams are known for having a great sense of humor, and sometimes that can keep things light, can make a fishing day go just a little bit better.
Hey, Greg, don't that look like Scott Guthrie on the front and Rick Murphy on the back?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, they're just sitting on that edge of those mullet.
The Watts brothers now looking to settle the score with Friarmood and Franklin onto what looks like a good second fish.
Well, boy, they rip. Look at him. Got it hanging out of his mouth. Hanging out of his mouth. Nope.
Something like this happened.
Yeah. Nope.
You make it?
Oh! Man, that's not funny, dude. Man, hey, it ain't funny.
Oh, God.
Hey, please tell me that fish is too big. Hey, I looked at Blaine, I said, man, hey, it ain't funny.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that didn't even cross my mind that he would do that.
Y'all need to go on Days of Our Lives. They don't call him the Golden Voice anymore. Oh, man.
That was a classic.
I'm working
there.
so fast right now, a kingfish couldn't catch it.
The Watts brothers are anglers. The Watts brothers are entertainers as well, up to their old tricks there. They dropped the oversized fish overboard, and now time for Thomason and Taylor to get something done.
All right, bro, we're in redfish. I mean, this is our job to catch these fish now, cuz. Okay, we got redfish coming to us, bro.
Where at?
Big, it's two fish. It's two fish. Come on. Eat. They turned.
One's coming in the hole.
Yep.
You're coming behind him. You got him. You on, bro. Good job, brother. Good job. Good job. Good job, Eric. Good job.
Eric, Taylor, Charlie Thomason, they have been up against it all day long, spent most of their day stuck, unable to move, unable to get anything done. And I guess job one right now is don't let this fish come off, right?
Absolutely, and I guarantee they won't. They know what they're doing. They're waiting for the tide to come in. The fish are moving in now, and Eric's doing what he does best. He's a guide in Mesquite Lagoon, awesome sight fisherman. He's doing it right now.
How important is a breakthrough fish like this on a day like today?
Oh, it's everything for these guys, especially they're sitting in third in the total points team of the year. They got a chance to win the whole deal.
They are oohing and ahhing over this fish, which is really not a big one by Redfish Cup standards.
You know you're in Southwest Florida when you get jacked up about a 4-pound.
Want to measure them or not?
Nah.
Eric Taylor, Charlie Thomason are on the board. These two guys could not be more ecstatic.
Some of that, bro.
Freaking A. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Being in third place and catching two fish today is just crucial for us for Team of the Year standings. I mean, we're going to go into the championship being real high. Gives us all the confidence in the world. I mean, Eric just caught that fish, but it was just awesome. I mean, throw right on the fish, caught him. I mean, that's what we're looking for, and that's what this is all about. I'm just excited. I'm really excited.
For Taylor and Thomason, the pressure is off. For others of our teams, there's plenty more work yet to be done. We've still got to cut down to 5 for the Clearwater Championship, and you know, it's never too late in the day for something totally unexpected to happen.
Fish on! Hurry up, we got another truck.
Don't you love this game?
Clearwater, Florida, the final tournament of the regular season for the anglers of the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup. Your last chance, if you're not there already, to make enough Team of the Year points to get to the season-ending championship. And that's everything. For this man, Andy Minchowski, and his partner, well, Andy has finished second in the season championship before, back in 2003. To not make it this year would be unthinkable, yet at this point in the proceedings, this team have spent their day being stuck, unable to cast a fish, unable to catch a keeper redfish. They've got to catch a fish. They've really got to catch 2 fish today in order to make it to the championship. Anything less, and their trip from Louisiana will be for naught.
Andy, you said they bite better when it's overcast.
Huh?
You said they bite better when it's overcast. Now's your time.
They better hurry up, huh?
Yeah. Red on the head?
It's a red, too. It's a red.
He ate it, though.
Don't grab the line. Don't grab the line. I got it.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Whew. 1 fish down, 1 to go. The tide has been turned. The job is not finished yet. But just 1 more fish, and they're almost guaranteed an overall top 40 season finish and Team of the Year points, the invitation to the championship. No more fish, and there's a good chance they're going home.
We feel a whole lot better coming out here to catch 2 fish. That's what we set out to do. We didn't set out to win the tournament. You know, sometimes you just got to take what you can get.
We knew if we could catch 2 fish today, we could at least maintain our place and go to the championship. We're 1 bite away right now, we feel.
1 bite away from the championship.
1 bite.
These guys waving. They're waving over here.
Andy.
Here, Eric. Bring it here.
I don't know what it is, but fish. Little rat. Oh yeah, he's 18. You ready?
You don't look 18.
He's 18, buddy.
Oh,
South Padre, here we come, baby.
I don't know, we gotta be 18.
I'm telling
Give me
you.
18. Give me number 18 here. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Oh, make the reservations. We're coming to Padre, baby.
Life is good, man.
Yeah.
That pays off just to see what we went through today. You know, getting stuck, pushing the boat. It's worthwhile now. It all pays off. You know, it's such an emotional roller coaster ride.
That was.
You know, out here, we do it because we love it, but it's very stress. You know, when you get out here, because you want to do good. Your wife wants you to do good. And
she demands that he does good.
They use it at every tournament. They couldn't make this one, but, you know, without them, ain't none of us would be here.
That's a fact.
One of these days, when we won other tournaments before, we haven't won a Redfish Cup yet, but one of these days, keep plugging away, things will go your way.
Minchowski and Rue have made it. They're going to the championship. And now another team with the same problem before them. They've got to get something done. C.A. Richardson and Ray Van Horn.
Come up here. Catch 20 or 30 on it.
There he is.
Told you.
Good. Powerful land.
There's more here. Trust me. That's our best fish right there. With his head out of the water.
I know. You just put the scoop to him, dog. Yeah!
That's our best fish.
You think so?
Yep.
All right, well,
That's our best fish.
get my spoon out of there so I can catch another best one.
Hold on.
Now things are really looking up for Richardson and Van Horn. These two guys had high hopes coming into this tournament. They're from St. Petersburg. They're the local favorites here, but boy, things were not looking good a while back. What turned it around for them?
Well, I think CA went into his bag of tricks and took him around the corner over there to Nipple Creek, like I said earlier, Tommy. And I'll tell you what, the fish are holding on that point. They're casting gold spoons. The sun's up high. They're doing it.
Sweet. Richardson and Van Horn, 38th place. You talk about being on the bubble coming into this thing. They really had to get it done today. They spent a lot of time with just that one fish. And now the pressure is starting to be released.
That's the big one. The one that was all beat up was the small one, I think. I think it's this one. Fish on! Hurry up, we got another truck.
Don't you love this game?
Oh, baby, I love it when you sing to me.
He wants to get a ride back to Clearwater.
You talk about the ups and downs of a fishing day, all encapsulated in the experience of C.A. Richardson and Ray Van Horn from St. Petersburg. Started out with nothing. Started out pretty much fetched up on the mud, but they kept plugging, got something going, caught one fish, sat on that fish for almost forever, and then caught their second fish. The pressure's been released, and now look at these guys go. Now you wonder, are they going to make it into the finals of this tournament here in Clearwater? They've made their way to the season championship.
Yeah. By the skin of our chinny chin chin right there. That was huge on that point there, what just happened. I mean, just like that, it is now 4:25. We have an hour and 15 minutes to get back. It took us an hour and 5 minutes to get here, but we weren't in a hurry, but we're in a hurry going back, so we should make it 10 minutes to spare. That was executed as needed.
On the road to the 2006 championship, this has probably been the most important day of the season. A tournament shortened down to basically one day for the majority of these anglers. Some of them got the job done. Some of them even made it into the final five in this tournament. We'll see the list. We'll find out who did it and who didn't make it when we come back.
The Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup is presented by Frog Togs, keeping the world cool and dry since 1996. And brought to you by Triton Boats, Triton LTS, the ultimate bay and coastal fishing boat. And powered by Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky. Taste what's real. It better be Oberto.
Back in Clearwater, Florida, the fourth and final event on the way to the championship in the 2006 Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup competition. What a tense day it has been today. We started with just under 100 teams. Only 40 would pass on, would qualify to make it to the championship in South Padre Island. And of course, all the anglers are in now, and all the anglers at this point have been informed that there will be no second day of fishing. They're going to cut the field down to 5 to fish for the championship. The final day happens tomorrow. Everyone else has made it or broken it. Their season, I mean. So let's take a look at the best performances of the day. You've seen them. Let's take a look at just how good they were. Friarmood and Franklin, what a day they had, 13.83. They had the best weight of the day. The DeVault, a local team from Port Richey, Florida, in second place, 13.75. Chuck and C.J. Howard, another Florida team, third place, 13.64. Friday and Latham, Florida again, fourth place with 13.19. And another Texas team, Kaliski and Blackwood, two Texas teams that made these finals here in Clearwater. Does that surprise you, Scott?
It surprised me the Texas guys did as well as they did. I mean, Danny Latham doesn't surprise me. He's there every year. Chuck Howard. And, you know, they were on big fish.
All right. Now, the big stories from the day, the guys who made it, the guys who didn't to the championship. The notable qualifiers for the championship, Friarmood and Franklin, of course, they made it. The Watts brothers, we saw them do well enough to get there. Thomason and Taylor, they hung on. And how about all that drama with Andy Minchowski and Eric Root?
I was impressed with Andy and Eric. I mean, they hung in there like they had to, sat there all day, got their 2 fish. They're going to South Padre.
A great, great story. Richardson and Van Horn, those two locals made it as well, as did Boudreaux and Moore. And now the bad news, the teams that did not make it, including you and your partner, Rick Murphy. A big disappointment for you guys.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we made a long run, tried to hit a home run, and we struck out. We went down there for the big fish down in Charlotte Harbor. You can have a fish that weighs 8 pounds down there, 7 pounds max in Sarasota.
Well, a lot of disappointing stories. Pitts and Alderman made 2 top 5s during the course of the year. They struck out on this final day. Cantrell and Bainick won the event there in Chalmette. Didn't make it today. The Furnetts, who also top 5 there in Chalmette, did not make it today. Was it the fact of losing one of the events during the course of the tour this year, or was it just the fact that we just had one day to do it today?
Well, I think it was both. Obviously, with one event less, if that could have been a strong event for somebody, they would have done well there. It really bit us having one day of this tournament. We were going to stay close, day 2, and we know we could have caught a small fish, but we went for the home run, try to win this tournament.
Well, Scott, we feel for you and your partner, but I know you'll be back next year. We got a great tournament. We got this tournament to finish. We got 5 qualifiers for championship day. We will have that for you next time when we see you on the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup.
We learned a lesson today. You do not run in water that's less than 6 inches deep, nor do you stop in it either. Yeah.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Become a better angler. Log on to ESPNOutdoors.com.